Welcome to Pin the World. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Laura, and we're here with an exciting Tokyo Disney video for you today.
If you happen to catch our trip announcement video, you have an idea of what this will be about. If you didn't, very excitingly, we are going to Japan this fall.
Woo!
So, woo! Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be there for about 15 days, and we're gonna spend 4 of those days at Tokyo Disney, the parks.
Yeah, so in our announcement video, we kind of explained that we're gonna have a video a month leading up to our trip in the fall. And so this is our Tokyo Disney planning video for you.
So what is this video? It's gonna be sort of a walkthrough of how we intend to spend our time at Disney and what we've arranged. Not really like a how to plan a trip to Tokyo Disney video. There is lots of great content out there for that though, and we'll actually touch on some of that.
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk a little bit about our travel plans. We'll show you a few things on the computer, you know, the way that we're planning a bit of it, a guidebook as well, which has been super helpful to us, and then close out with some highlights, some things that we're really looking forward to.
Yeah.
So we'll
first
get
things
into it.
first, we're gonna show you something. So we have a pin, and we have not shown you guys this pin before. We bought it recently, but we have a vacation package for our trip to Tokyo Disney. So if you guys don't know what that means, we're going to explain it.
Yeah, I'll try to give you a little bit of context quickly. So if you are going to the parks in Japan, there's you know, a few things that you can buy. You can just buy park tickets and stay off-site, do as the locals do. You can buy a combination of park tickets and book one of the on-property Disney hotels, or you can do a vacation package which combines a few elements of those things, and that is what we decided to do. So it is, to be honest, you pay a little bit of a premium for the vacation package. It is more expensive than doing sort of things a la carte, but it, you know, for the people who just, if it's a once in a lifetime kind of trip, and it might be for us, it made sense for us, so that's why we decided on it.
It is going to be super fun because there are different perks, and we get to stay at a hotel on property. So the hotel we're staying at is Hotel Miracosta.
Yeah, and it is technically in DisneySea itself.
Yes.
So that's really cool. We'll be staying overnight in a theme park.
Oh, that's so crazy. So yeah, so we're so excited.
Yeah.
So we will be staying inside the theme park at that hotel. And how many nights will we be there for?
2 nights. So actually, I'm gonna zoom out metaphorically just a little bit, and we'll break down at a high level what we're doing, and a little bit more about what the vacation package is. So we're gonna spend 4 days at the parks is probably the best place to start. So we're gonna have 2 days in Tokyo Disneyland Resort and 2 days in Tokyo DisneySea. So yeah, 4 days total. And we're going to, as part of the vacation package, be staying for 2 nights at the Miracosta in DisneySea.
And that comes with 3 park tickets.
Yes. So essentially our first day we go, so the thing with vacation packages is they're a little bit rigid. You don't have a ton of freedom in terms of like the length of your stay. They have either a 1-night package or a 2-night package right now. So the 1-night package gets you 2 days, one at the Disneyland park, one at DisneySea. We elected to go with the longest one that you could get, at least at the time of us booking, which is 2 nights. So our first day will be the first day of our vacation package. We'll go to Tokyo Disneyland. We'll stay at Miracosta that night. Then we'll have day 2 of our vacation package going into DisneySea and Fantasy Springs, a bit more on that later, and have our second night at Miracosta. and then we'll wake up. The third day will be the last day of our vacation package at DisneySea again, and then that night we'll be moving off-site to a different hotel close to the parks. And then finally we will, outside of the vacation package, our fourth day, just be buying a park ticket to go to Tokyo Disneyland again.
Yes. So
the vacation package. Some of the perks, like I sort of explained like what it's all about, or like what it is time-wise.
If we're looking down, we also have some notes.
Yeah.
So there's a breakfast buffet included, so we're really excited about that. So we get 2 mornings of breakfast.
Yep, day 2 and day 3.
I believe the restaurant is called Oceano.
Ooh,
so
yes.
We're really excited because we've heard there's like, it's like an American breakfast, but also kind of like the fresh fish and different stuff that's more traditional for Japanese people. So we're really excited for that. And then the other cool thing that we get for the vacation package is a few like merch perks. So I think we each get to pick out like a keychain or a plush or something. We also get
a tote maybe.
Or a tote. We also get a popcorn bucket and 1 thing of popcorn to share between us, not 1 each. You just get 1 to share, which is fine. And then the other cool thing is that you get unlimited drinks in the parks.
Non-alcoholic.
Yes. So one thing that personally I'm super excited about. So frankly, like I can't really drink that many carbonated, like I just can't really drink that much.
Water.
We drink a lot of water, but I am super excited for something that's called apple tea soda. So based on our research through TDR Explorer, he has listed out all the restaurants that you can get that specific drink at, and I'm really excited to try that.
Yeah.
So, and I think it'll be cool, and also, to be honest, we might be kind of wasteful in that, like, we just order a drink and, like, maybe only have half of it and then just try something else. Like, we'll see how it goes, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the vacation package comes with some perks for our tickets and attractions.
I was gonna say, booking the vacation package, a little bit intense. So
very intense.
You know, they release a month of availability. So the month when we're going, it was released like 4 months in advance, and the whole month became available at, you know, like 5 a.m. Tokyo time, which is like 6 p.m. our time, and it was a whole thing. And you have to make all the selections up front. So we did a few sort of mock bookings before our month was available, just like booking for sort of pretend dates to just get a feel for the flow. Like we didn't, you know, charge it or make it to the last step, but it's pretty intense. So it's like you put in your dates, you select whether it's the 1 night or the 2 night, how many adults and children are in the package, and then it'll bring up a list of all the hotels that have availability. So you'll pick your hotel, and then you have to pick essentially fast passes without, it's even more complicated than that. We won't get into that level of detail.
It's a fast pass or a lightning lane.
A fast pass or a lightning lane. You have to pick a time specifically for some attractions. So like we're doing all of this like months before our trip. Like, ooh, when do we want to ride Enchanted Tales with...
And the hot tip for that is to book stuff for later in the day, because then in the morning you could take advantage of the less busy times. Yeah. We hope. That's what we've been told.
You're booking the specific times, and like Laura said, a lot of the perks, they're just like very specific. Like there were many screens and many steps. We had to decide what time we want for breakfast, and you can pick in 10-minute intervals. And it was cool to go through. But definitely I would like do a mock booking up front to just get a feel beforehand. Yeah,
if you are interested in a vacation package, definitely do that.
Yeah, so, and we chose, I'll just say quickly too, we chose to sort of put the vacation package at the front of the trip. So we'll, you know, of the 4 nights we'll be staying around the parks, we'll be like night 1 and 2 will be on property. And part of the reason I decided that was just to like avoid, you know, like 1 night close and then vacation package in the middle and then another night, like just trying to avoid how many times we're having to switch between hotels and stuff.
Yeah, so one of the main reasons I guess that led us to book this vacation package, well, for one, this is like a once in a lifetime trip, so just to make ease of planning. But the main thing is that the new land Fantasy Springs recently opened, and There are a few ways as a regular guest you can get into that, but the easiest way is to book this vacation package. So on our first day in DisneySea, we have access to Fantasy Springs, and that comes with unlimited rides for, I guess, the four attractions.
It's cool. We can come and go as we please, as much as we want, and you can just do those 4 attractions inside Fantasy Springs unlimited times. I know some people have put out videos where it's like they've done each one 4 times in a day. Like we're not gonna be that wild, but look very forward to being able to just do them, because right now, and who knows how things will be in the fall, but right now outside of the vacation package, you would have to be lucky enough to either get essentially a paid lightning lane or a virtual queue, and those go very quickly. And if you don't have either of those things, you can't just go into that land.
Yeah, so that was a big driver for us to book this, because obviously we're going all the way out there. We really want to be able to enjoy Fantasy Springs and get to do as much as we can in that land. So yeah.
And staying in a Disney hotel in Tokyo Disney, in a park inside the DisneySea park itself. I'm really excited about that too. It's definitely a splurge, but that'll be super cool to be checking out. One of I think they have 5 or 6 hotels in Japan, and it just looks unreal.
Yeah, but I think that's it for kind of information about our vacation package, and I think we should turn the camera around and show some stuff on the computer.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
And then you will see us again. We'll hop back to do those highlights.
All right, so one of the things that we wanted to focus on or talk about in this video is TDR Explorer. So he has been a YouTuber that we've been watching a lot of because he is from Tokyo.
Well, he's actually from Canada, just like us. So on the very minute chance that you might ever watch this, hi Chris, we really enjoy your channel, and we, I was thrilled to purchase your guide.
Yes, so we
signed up, got the early bird special and everything, and it has been super helpful for our planning.
Yeah, we were just gonna whip through probably about 3 different areas in the guidebook just to show you guys what that features.
Yeah, and go, if you're curious, we would highly recommend it. If you're planning a trip and going to Tokyo Disney Resort, you're gonna want to shell out. It's a pretty nominal expense.
Yeah, and it's super helpful. So we're gonna start at page 31.
Actually, I thought I'd just so sorry, hate the scrolling, but we'll just start at the top. I'll say a couple things really quickly. This is the Tokyo Disney Resort one. We got the 2024 edition. There is a Universal Studios Japan guide that he does as well. There is his name. It is TDR Explorer. And yeah, we'll just do a quick look at the table of contents. So there's a section around when to plan your visit, where to stay both on property and off, transportation options within the resort and even within Japan at large, park tickets, there's a deep dive on the vacation package, attractions, characters, and food. Shopping too. So where are we going first, Laura?
So page 31.
So this is just, like I said, a little guide on Disney vacation packages. You'll see there's options where you can scan QR codes to take yourself to links on his site where there's even more information. This is what I was trying to describe previously. There's 2-day or 3-day package options. So lots and lots of really rich information.
Yeah, pros and cons and everything, all the goods that you get. Anyways, next up is page 97. And that is the character greetings section. So very cool. It kind of starts off with the characters that have scheduled greeting locations. So as you can see, there's not that many, but then if you continue to scroll down just a bit, I want you guys to see. So this is the wandering characters section. So similar, I guess if you've been to Disneyland, this would be very similar. They'll just kind of pop up. So we might see them, we might not. And then I believe if you go just a little bit further, it's even more. So as you can see, there is a ton of wandering characters. So there's definitely a few listed on there that I'm hoping to at least spot a glimpse of. But yeah, so then the last part we'll show you is page 109, which I believe will be food.
Yeah, eating in Tokyo Disneyland. So this is something we're super excited about, and I just thought this section is so well done because he tackles each restaurant in each park, explains which land it's in, and even calls out some of the specialties that particular place is known for.
Yeah, and if you've ever watched any videos from anybody from Tokyo Disney, you'll maybe be familiar with the fact that food is a little bit odd, I will say.
For example, bone-in sausage. Why does sausage have a bone in it?
But not even that. There's a burger in the new Fantasy Springs restaurant that has like a piece of like bologna on it. I don't know. They just do kind of like a lot of random mashups that to us sound weird, but I guess they like it.
We'll try. So on this page, you'll see apple tea soda called out, which Laura has already talked about, and one that I know we're both excited to try is the pork tonkatsu curry at Hungry Bear Restaurant.
Yeah, so that is just a glimpse of the guidebook. Certainly if you want to do a deeper dive, certainly purchase this because I think it is amazing. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna jump over to an attraction overview to show you guys our list. So let's head over there. Okay, so here we are. So we're just focused on our spreadsheet here. So we have 4 days at the parks, but because this is kind of a once in a lifetime, we really decided to narrow down like what our must-dos are and what things we want to do. And then thanks to the guidebook, the TDR guidebook, we've determined which things we are not interested in doing whatsoever. So we're quickly going to run through that because we had to make some hard choices. So we're obviously hoping to get as much done as we can, but we certainly wanted to prioritize, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And we thought a spreadsheet might be an effective tool for that. So I'm just going to do a quick scroll here, and you can see that in conjunction with the Tokyo Disneyland website and the TDR Explorer Guide, we just called out all of the attractions at both parks. So we sorted it by park, and then based on sort of what we're familiar with, we assigned it a category. So whether it's a must-do for us, something that we want to do, but isn't like quite as life or death, and then things that are we would be willing to do that, but only if we're bored or have time to kill.
Yeah.
Like we might rather do something in category 1 or 2 twice rather than do one of the only if time things. And then there's a few things, twirly things, going upside down things in the case of Raging Spirits, where it's just like, yeah, that's not for us. And hey, I mean, like any trip to Disney, a few things we'd love to do, but just they're closed. We can already see that. Yeah,
so I think between the things we've booked for the vacation package and I guess because of that vacation package, we are going to be able to accomplish a lot of our must-dos.
Yes.
And that is very exciting because there's some pretty cool rides in Disneyland and Tokyo DisneySea. And then, like Ryan said, there's also the only do if time, like things like Splash Mountain. It's like, okay, we'll do that if the time is right, but like we've been on Splash Mountain in Walt Disney World and that's okay kind of thing. So
yeah. And then very quickly, like Laura mentioned, the vacation package, just to show you the sort of the specificity here. This is what we've already decided on because we had to make all of those decisions, like I said, when we booked it. So some of the attractions are you had to select a time. Others, like Tower of Terror on day 3, you didn't have to select a time, but you had to select that attraction specifically. And then there was another category where you see multi-attraction where, things like Big Thunder, for example, we can just show up. You didn't have to select the ride or a time specifically. Only other thing to mention, also on day 2, when we have the Fantasy Springs Pass, that's where we'll get unlimited rides on all of those attractions, which we're super excited about. Okay, as promised, back we are. So the final segment of this video, we just wanted to call out top 3 things each that we're looking forward to about our Disney experience in Japan. So Laura, how about you start us off?
Obviously there's more than 3, but these are kind of just a little list. So my first one, I'm just gonna read off my notes. My first one is seeing Shelly May and Duffy and other rare characters. So Tokyo Disney is not like super prime location for like Duffy and all his friends, but Duffy and Shelly May have a meeting location, and though the line might be long, I just hope to catch a glimpse of them. I think that would be really cool. So that's my first one. And then my second one is seeing Halloween decor. So we have not been to any of the parks when it is Halloween time, but potentially this trip might be the time. So I'm excited about that. And then my third thing is a show called Tokyo Disneyland Electrical Parade Dreamlights. So this show, it's a nighttime show, obviously. It looks amazing. And according to the guidebook, this show is 45 minutes long. Like, that is insane. So I'm really excited. I really hope to see that. And also the guidebook says if you're gonna catch one nighttime show or one parade in general, like let it be this one. So hopefully we can. I don't really understand the like ins and outs of how we get to enjoy shows at the Tokyo Disney parks because there's lotteries and different things, but I'm hopeful that we can just kind of show up and catch it.
Yeah, so, hopefully.
Yeah.
So now I guess my top 3, and I'll refer to the same notes. So one is, and not in any particular order, but super excited to do the Enchanted Tales of Beauty and the Beast. So that ride just looks epic. You know, they have a castle purpose built for it in Disneyland. So there's 2 very sizable, impressive castles in Tokyo Disneyland, and the ride, the practical effects, everything that I've seen about it. Even though the language will be in Japanese, it just looks like an incredible immersive attraction.
We'll pick up on the tunes of the songs from what I've seen.
Another thing is the food. We called out that, I'm very excited for the food in Japan in general. Inside the Disney parks, I'll say I'm more interested than excited because like Laura said, there are some just peculiar mashups to our palate, but I'm gonna lean into it and go with it. So one thing that I'm excited to try in particular is that pork tonkatsu curry. We've seen TDR Explorer enjoy it many times, and I think that'll be just sort of a great hearty classic. And finally, hard for me to narrow it down, but I'm going to say the new Fantasy Springs land, but more broadly, DisneySea itself, the entire park. I think a lot of people, Disney people and otherwise, some people call it the best park on the planet, not just Disney. So I'm super excited to see it. I think Fantasy Springs, they've brought in a lot more Disney IP than existed at DisneySea's previously, and I'm excited for both parts of that because Fantasy Springs, it has all sorts of IP now. It looks like an incredible expansion, but DisneySea, I also sort of like the idea that some people say, it's like not super in your face Disney-y, but in a way that's what makes it so Disney-y. Maybe like Epcot was before all the IP came into Epcot. So in any event, we're obviously huge Disney nuts, and if a lot of people say this is the best Disney park and maybe even the best park on earth, then super excited to check it out.
Yeah, so that is kind of like our little bucket list. And then we have one more thing to show you guys before we go. And it is this. So Ryan ordered this from the wonderful Kevin. So thank you. Yeah, it's pretty big. Can you move your arm, please?
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
It's 18 by 18.
Also, it has the plastic coating still on it, so maybe a little bit reflective, but it's like us. And we're like in Japan, but not really. We're like at Epcot. So
yeah, this is the Japan Pavilion at Epcot with Mickey and Minnie, of course. But, you know, just seemed like a fitting preemptive souvenir.
yeah, so it is called Adventure in Japan, and it is by the artist J.C. Richards. So Ryan ordered this, I believe, when it was Festival of the Arts in Walt Disney World. So really cute. I think we're gonna get this framed, and yeah, look at how cute they are. It's really adorable because, yeah, it's really adorable. You know what? Oh, I'm having some ideas now with this and like some pins, like Tokyo pins and Japan pins. Wow.
Wow.
Stay tuned. We'll see. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's just crazy, but I don't know if it would work. But anyways, it's very cute.
Okay, I thought I was about to do my bit. I thought that's what was coming.
Oh, on our Pinstagram.
Disney.pin.love.
Stay tuned because maybe there will be, I don't know, some elaborate Japan Disney pin display.
Wow, well, I'm excited now too. This seems to be an idea unfolding in real time.
Yeah, it literally just popped into my head.
But yeah, that is our Disney days. So the next video in this series is I'm going to take you. I think it'll be mostly me. Probably doesn't help sell it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to take you through a lot more time in that spreadsheet that I showed just a glimpse of, and we're going to talk about an approach to planning a trip in general. We'll use Japan as an example, and we'll talk about all the non-Disney stuff that we're looking forward to in Japan, because after all, that's going to be 11 of the 15 days that we're in Japan.
Yeah, Disney is just a small portion of our trip. But yeah, so that brings us to the end of today's video. So I hope you guys enjoyed coming along for this random video of us talking about our plans. And
yeah, I think, you know, if you've been you know, lucky enough to travel to the Tokyo Disney parks yourself, we would of course love any advice that you have, or things that you really loved, or maybe even a few things if you thought it was a bit overhyped and not worth the line. And if you haven't, but if you're curious, and if you're watching this video to this point, I suspect you must be at least a little curious. I'd love to know what, you know, your bucket list for things to do in the Tokyo parks would be.
yeah, that's a good one. So let us know in the comments down below. And as always, we will see you guys in the next one.